you're here, welcome back. Today I've got some great questions for our quickfire Q&A. We're also going to be talking about cozy books that I'm reading. I'm going to be giving you some pointers, some reminders for the weekend and what we are doing next week. Plus, I've got 4 self-care missions for you to choose between. So let's dive in. And today's video counts as some of your self-care. So maybe you want to sit down with a cup of tea or coffee, iced water if you're in the southern hemisphere. I'm just drinking the last of my tea from this morning's skinnydip seaswim. I was out with Vibeke this morning. And in Denmark, we have had a real cold snap. So this morning, let me just get the temperature for you. It was minus 12 Celsius, which is 10 Fahrenheit. And the sea was 2 degrees Celsius, which is 35 F. There are icicles on the bathing bridge. There's thick ice on the steps. So be very careful if you're out for a dip. But it was just so beautiful this morning. And we sat and we watched. We're in the sauna this morning. We don't usually use the sauna, but today it was different. We sat in the sauna and we watched the sun coming up, and it was just the most magical start to the day. And I was down there yesterday with Sue and Angela and Victoria. So anyway, I'll put some photos here so you can see how nice and icy cold it is. But beautiful sunshine today, so we're not complaining. Oh, tea's still hot, good. Right, let's get straight into it. I'm going to give you a quick fire round. These are some questions that have come in recently. And if you've got any questions, put them in the comments. I try and answer the questions that come up again and again and again. So first one, the funny thing is, I write them down as they came in. I can't even remember what they were now. That's the good thing of being postmenopausal. Right, first one, inside windows. Somebody asked on the cleaning video the other day, and thanks everybody who's been joining in with the cleaning and leaving comments. Somebody asked why I was only doing the inside of the windows. Well, we did have a snowstorm the other day, so I'm not cleaning out any outside windows when there's a snowstorm going on. But the windows here, I usually do the windows inside when I'm in the Flylady zone. And years ago, I would never clean windows, but now they just take a couple of minutes, the inside, when we're in the zone. Now, the outside of the windows here, in Denmark, it's very, very common and very cheap to have a window cleaning service. They come once a quarter and they have the equipment. They don't even have to go up ladders because they've got this special equipment. We have a very tall house and we've got the basement, we've got the ground floor and the first floor. So it's 3 sets of windows. And I think I counted once, I think we've got something like 60 windows. And the price for that is 400 Danish crowns per quarter. And that's a great service for us because I am not hanging out of windows. And some of the windows, we can't get to them from the inside. They're not the swivel ones or anything. So that's why I only do the inside of the windows. At the summer cabin that we have, at our weekend cabin in Sweden, I do the windows there myself because it's a 1-story place. Right, on to the next one. Am I still using the Dress in Your Truth system? Yes, I hope you can see that in all the outfits that I wear. And this year, I do have this intention that I'm only going to wear the colours that I like. So I'm really paring down. You're going to see greens disappearing, even yellows, because even though they look okay on me, they don't make me feel my best. So keep a lookout for that. I'll be decluttering lots of clothes. And I really just enjoy that it's making the decision process simpler. Right, on to the next one. What languages do I speak? Okay, so I am, because quite a lot of people, they see the name Diane in Denmark, they haven't watched any of their videos and they say, gosh, you're really good at English. Is that, well, yeah, I'm from Edinburgh in Scotland. That always makes me laugh. Anyway, I am from Edinburgh in Scotland, so I am a native English speaker. Moved to Luxembourg when I was 21. I was headhunted by my boss, Sir David Edward, who was the British judge at the European Supreme Court. So I was working at the court for 10 years, and there we worked in French. That's the working language of the European Supreme Court. So I speak fluent French, still speak fluent French, and watch French TV. I used to be quite good at Italian, not so good anymore. We have the summer house, the weekend cabin in Sweden, and I watch a lot of Swedish TV and we speak to the neighbours there. So I'm actually really quite good at Swedish. And what else? Oh, and I'm back to watching German television because I watch a lot of German crime stuff. I am British, but also have Danish citizenship now. So the main ones are British and Danish. Right, on to the next one. Quick fire round. Let's keep it moving. Oh yeah, I had a question from a lady about the daily focus. You know, in Flylady land, we had this weekly plan. And she said she was caring for family, she was working 1 or 2 jobs, the kids had activities, and she was finding it difficult. Where should she even start with that? And I would really suggest that you look at it in this way, that in the beginning with these things, sometimes we actually have to carve out time for it. We have to make time to do the daily focus. And it may seem like one other thing on top of everything else, but actually when you've got the daily focus or the weekly plan, instead of walking around the whole time thinking, what am I supposed to be doing? Oh, when am I going to pay these bills? Haven't made my menu plan for the week. Oh, there's these things that I've been putting off, these tasks, when are we going to get this done? It actually takes out the decision-making process. We have a kind of set plan for doing things. It doesn't have to be the same days every week, but we just have a plan for what we need to get done over the course of the week. And it just saves so much time, so much energy, so much space in your head. So in the beginning, you may need to really sit down and set your timer and say, okay, I'm going to sit down for 10 minutes, look at what is coming up in the week. But as I say, the more you lean into it, the more you use it, the more time that you will have and the more space you will have in your head. So just a wee reminder, just keep going with it. Right, there's one question left in here. Candles. Okay, I get a lot of question about the candles. We've always got the candles going. Now, these ones here, these ones that you see often when you see my shiny sink, these ones are by a Danish firm called Keller, and it's K-A with an umlaut, the wee dots on top, H-L-E-R. Very popular. I like them because they're just very simple design, and I like the white. And I also have Keller vases, and they're super popular in Denmark, super popular in Germany. And remember, I don't do any sponsored content, but this is a question that comes up a lot. And the other one, my most asked question, I think, of December was about the candle jar. Now, remember the candle jar? This is the one that you saw every day in December. And the candles with the numbers. Now, this original one, this was from a Danish company. I'm not even sure they make it any longer, but many of you who couldn't find it where you are, you have made your own candle jar by simply taking a jar, and quite often the mason jars are quite nice to use when you get a tall one, and sticking, you know, hot gluing or super gluing a candle holder to the top. And the candles, you can just write on them with Sharpie pens and put on the different numbers. So that's the thing behind the candles. Okay, let's keep it cozy. I've got a really good book recommendation for you. And then I'll give you your pointers and reminders for the weekend and your self-care mission. Let's not forget about that. The book is called Of Manners and Murder. It's a Dear Miss Hermione mystery, and it's by Anastasia Hastings. We can get all our books for free from our Danish library. Usually we get the audio ones and the ebooks through Overdrive. You may have the same in your country. And I just really enjoyed it. It's a kind of mix between a kind of Jane Austen style, and it's also a fun mystery. If you've ever read the Alan Bradley books, it had a bit of the kind of voice of Flavia in my head. It was a bit that kind of style. Anyway, check it out. It was a really nice little cozy mystery. Wasn't gruesome, quite fun, and I'll definitely be looking out for other things by Anastasia Hastings. The other one that I'm reading at the moment, which is a kind of different style, is more of a puzzle mystery. It's one by Hygge. Now, I love his books. This one, A Death in Tokyo, that's what I'm reading right now. It's good, but it's not as brilliant as 2 other ones, which I would really suggest you start with. One is called, the first one I read by him in this series, because he's got different series, was called Malice. But the one that I really loved was called Newcomer. And if you've ever been to Tokyo, and especially because they're often set in Nihonbashi, where I've stayed in Tokyo, I just loved reading about the area. Each chapter of the Newcomer book was like a little slice of life. And then when you got to the end of it, I don't know how he did it, but everything just kind of came together, and it was a murder mystery. So I really enjoyed that one. So anyway, that's 2 for you to be going on with. I've got plenty others to recommend, but we'll keep it short for today, because let me give you your reminders for the weekend and for next week. So we're coming up for the weekend. Woohoo! Weekend is on the horizon. Just a wee reminder to keep going with your daily routines, because I know some of you kind of fall off at the weekend. Why are we doing these routines? Because it keeps the place ticking over. It gives us that calmness inside. It means that we can actually fully enjoy the weekend instead of just kind of slopping around or slobbing around. So just keep going with your daily routines. I'm not talking about the cleaning and the decluttering. I'm talking about just getting dressed for the day, making sure that you put on a lull if you need to do that, making sure that you get the most out of the day. And next week, because we will be moving into our next Flylady Zone. This week we've been working on Flylady Zone 1, if you were working along with me. Yes, I was, Diane. Yes, you left comments on every video. Yes, you did. Next week we're moving into Zone 2, which is the kitchen, and we will be on Monday. I will be doing a guided declutter with you, woo! And on Wednesday, I will be doing a guided clean with you, and you will be cleaning along with me, yes, in the kitchen. And what else? Oh yeah, and let's not forget our self-care. So I've got 4 self-care missions for you to choose between. And for today's video, when you comment, it would be really nice. Let me know which of these 4 missions you're going to do, if I can find my list. Okay, so first self-care mission, if you should choose to accept it, I would like you to go to your local library or go online if that's how you get your books, or just have a look in the books that you've got on a bookshelf and choose something to read. And you don't need to read the whole book, but just that fact of actually looking for a book. Maybe you've fallen off with reading. Okay, so that's one mission. The dining room, we were cleaning in the dining room the other day. If you haven't used your dining room for a long time, why not? Why not use it this weekend? Set a nice table, or maybe use some of your fine china, your nice glasses that you got in a wedding gift many years ago. So that's the second mission you can choose. Third mission you can choose is to send a message or a text or a letter to a friend. If you're in Denmark, you may want to write a real letter and use the stamps, because some of the old stamps are actually going out of, out of circulation altogether. So you may want to use up some stamps. And the fourth one that you can choose is just to sit for a few minutes, set a timer. Where's my timers? Always got a timer somewhere. Just sit for 3 or 4 minutes. Oh, there's my other one. Sit for 3 or 4 minutes and just breathe in and out. Just do some mindful breathing, okay? So 4 missions. In your comment today, let me know which mission. If you want to do all of them, you're allowed to do all of them. And I think that is it. I am going to, hold on. Time's up. Just going to stop by it. It's quite a noisy one. I shall see you next week. Looking forward to it. And have I forgotten anything? Don't think so. So anyway, I'm going to let you get on your merry way. All I've got left to say is live long and prosper. May the Danish Hygge be with you. And I'll see you very soon with a ra, ra, ra. Okay, bye for now. Woohoo!